Okay, we need to talk about a number. A single projection that, honestly, could just rewrite the entire rule book for the London property market.
And we're not talking about interest rates for once.
No, not at all. The projection is that UK net migration, well, it could actually turn negative by 2026.
Which is a massive signal. I mean, to put that into context, the UK hasn't seen negative net migration since, what, 1993?
Exactly. For a generation, the entire London housing model has been built on scarcity, on more and more people arriving.
And now we could be looking at the opposite problem, maybe even an oversupply crisis in some areas.
That's the earthquake that I think people are sleeping on. We're looking at a swing from a peak of nearly 1 million people. The net figure in 2023 was plus 860,000.
Right.
To a projected negative 60,000 in just a couple of years.
You can't pull 1 million expected people out of the housing model and expect things to stay the same. It's just not possible.
So let's be clear about the why here. This isn't some random economic event.
No, absolutely not. And it's not about small boats, which gets all the headlines. This is deliberate government policy.
Tell us about that.
Well, you have a few huge changes all at once. The salary threshold for a skilled worker visa jumped from £26,200.
Which was already, a decent barrier.
Right. It jumped all the way to £38,700. Then they clamped down on care workers bringing family members.
And the student visa route, that was a huge one too.
Huge. That single channel accounted for over 435,000 visas recently. So when you hit skilled workers and international students at the same time,
You're essentially turning off the two main taps for rental demand in London.
that's it. And that is where the math starts to get, frankly, a bit scary for landlords. Population growth is the engine.
It's everything.
And if that engine stalls or even goes into reverse, the whole vehicle stops. And London is the most exposed because migrants overwhelmingly rent first, they tend to live in flats, and they cluster in those inner boroughs.
So if your portfolio is heavy on, say, HMOs, houses in multiple occupation, or purpose-built student blocks,
Your risk profile has fundamentally changed. We're not just talking about rent softening a bit. We are talking about the potential for structural long-term void periods.
because if those 435,000 students don't arise,
Those beds stay empty. It's that simple. And that creates a domino effect that goes way beyond landlords.
right, into the wider economy.
There's a massive treasury hole that opens up. The Office for Budget Responsibility, they built their forecasts on a certain level of population growth.
Yeah, and if that growth doesn't happen,
If the reality is, say, 200,000 fewer people per year than they planned for, you're looking at a shortfall of somewhere between 6 and 8 billion pounds in tax receipts.
that's a huge number. I saw one source even compared the potential hit to national income to the impact of Brexit, something like knocking 3.7% off GDP by 2040.
It's on that scale. And here's the paradox, the real irony.
Go on.
Construction firms are already screaming out for labor. They can't find the workers to build the homes we need. So you could end up in this bizarre, stagnant equilibrium.
Or you can't build new homes because of labor shortages.
But the collapse in demand from lower migration means maybe you don't even need them anyway. The whole sector could just freeze up.
And meanwhile, you look across the channel at Germany. They're doing the exact opposite.
The complete opposite. They see their aging demographic, they see the cliff edge coming, and they are actively recruiting young migrants to fill the gap.
Whereas the UK is moving more toward a guest worker model.
That seems to be the direction. Fewer pathways to permanence. People come, they work for a few years, they rent, and then they leave.
And that shift is so critical for property values, isn't it?
It's everything. Temporary workers send money home. Permanent residents. They put down roots, they buy homes, they invest in the community. If the UK signals it's a place for transients, not settlers, the whole long-term capital growth story for London property gets a serious rewrite.
It really just boils down to whether global capital will follow the people. If the UK hangs a closed for growth sign on the door while competitors in Europe are wide open,
Why would a prime property investor choose London over, say, Berlin or Frankfurt? It's the ultimate question. Demographics at the end of the day are destiny.
something to think about. If you're in the market, maybe watch those rental yields like a hawk.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.